Alright.
As soon as it's on TV.
I'm doing it. This requires a few seconds. I'm loading Amazon Prime Music now. Oh wait, that's Amazon Prime Video. Hey, we're live. Okay, welcome to the DDD live stream. The oldest and tallest live streamer. Coming out now. Be patient. Hold up. Where's Amazon Music? There it is. I thought you were in a rush.
Maybe I should brush my
They can't smell your teeth.
tomato sauce.
Wonderful Tonight. Wonderful
Number
Tonight.
5.
Number 5. Romantic Reggae Classics.
Yeah. Alright, ready? Tell me when it's live and it's on TV.
It's already on.
You're messy. Back there to begin with. This is the best version of Wonderful Tonight to dance to.
I can't hear you. It's too loud. It's good.
I say this is a reggae version of Wonderful Tonight, not Eric Clapton, but Koch. And this is the one to dance to. Oh! I filled DJ up with like 6 different cookies and 3 different candies, and he's eating.
Yeah, I'm fat. Whatever.
He's not
I've heard that one
He's a
before.
football player.
I
He
wish.
needs to be eaten.
I'm going for 500 pounds, doctor.
See what we got him? We got him some bark thins. We got him some Roca. We got him something else. All primo chocolates.
We're live right now. Click the link in the description.
Over here he's got the open thing of chocolate chip cookies.
you handed them all to me. It's not like
He's got him some Lindy's. Some Italian ice. And you got Come on, dance with me. How many, listen, you asked me some questions because I'm 70 years old and I might have an answer or two for you, and I'm going to have some questions for you, and you might have an answer or two for me. That way we can have social intercourse over the ages. You 20 and me 70.
People are asking, who the fuck are you? You're Dr. DDD. You're fucking hilarious.
I'm going to just put this in.
You're much funnier than you realize.
Come on, get up and dance. You're 20 years old. You can.
I'm filming.
I'm 70. No, I'm talking to the audience.
Well, they're virgins and they're 900 pounds.
You're the producer. This guy's worth $1,000 an hour, easy. His expertise in live streaming is unmatched. It's unparalleled in the world.
I ran one of the biggest live streamers in the world for several months.
He keeps talking about himself, and I try to teach him that gravitas is being quiet. Let me hype him. He needs hype. He's good. I mean, he's really good. Let's see, I'm going to turn on the lights and all the songs about him. Any of you up there dancing with me? So Stonewall Jackson, Thomas Jackson went into battle with his left arm like this. He held it for hours. Nobody knows why. I know why. In the summers in Virginia, there are bugs all over. If you have your hand up like this and a bug bites your nose, you can scratch it real easy and then keep directing the battle. See?
Yeah.
He was autistic, though. All right. Ask me some questions, DJ.
What would you say your biggest achievement in life so far is?
Well, I'm going to tell you how many views we have.
17.
All right, well, later on in the show, I'm going to tell you my real name. Please don't call in the bomb squad or the threats.
They're going to do it because you're telling them not to.
DJ promises he will not ask you to call in bomb.
No, they're going to do it anyway. It's what they
I met him in the
do.
mental hospital, and he had asked his viewers to bomb places.
Yeah, I did.
And the FBI investigated him and found out that he wasn't serious, really.
Yeah, basically.
But he promises not to do that. How come the camera's crooked? It's listed. It's listed like a sailboat, a little to the.
No, it's flat, and when it appears this way, it just looks funny to you.
Well, I mean, there you go. That's straight.
You know. How many bitches have you fucked in your life? How many women have you had sex with? We're already getting the sex questions again.
Not that many. I'm no Casanova. I mean,
I've had sex with 10 girls. What about you?
All right, DJ, have a seat here. Is this your show or my show? And then SDFU, please. I'm not a Casanova. When I was 18, I prayed to God every day that she would make a woman, was a heathen. I prayed to God every day that he would make one woman in the world who would marry me, because I was such a loser. So that gives you some idea of how much of a Casanova, or I was. I'm still not. But, I do
Talk a little
really,
louder, please.
Pardon?
Talk a little louder.
Well,
We're talking soft.
turn up your microphone, please.
I can't turn up the microphone. It's
I'm
just...
not going to scream. If they want to listen, they can turn off. They can listen. Anyway, so no, not many. Go. Next question.
Have you ever been in love? Have you ever had your heart broken?
Yes and yes.
Feels bad, man.
It does feel bad. Yeah, I've been in love. I was in love with my first wife. I was in love with my second wife. I was in love with my third wife, and I was in love with a bunch of girlfriends in between, but not that many.
Was George
Now-
watching? Was George
now
watching?
They are all in love with my money that I don't have anymore because they all steal it. And like I told you, if you want an ex-wife, the best ex-wife to get is a Russian. The Russian ex-wife will steal all your money, every bit of it. They're so good at it. If you have an ex-wife, you haven't really had a true ex-wife until you've had a Russian ex-wife.
Was George Washington a good guy in person? Did you know him? It's an old joke.
That's a joke.
He ever dressed in a woman's clothing?
Not that I remember, because I'm 6'8" tall, and I'd be a really tall woman.
Should pedophiles be tarred and feathered? I think that's too nice of them, personally.
If someone seduced my children and sexualized them at an early age in a way that deprived my children of free choice in their sexualization, yeah, I'd do worse than tar and feathering.
Have you ever met Larry King in person?
No, I haven't.
What is the meaning of life? That's a big one.
I think I know the answer to that. The meaning of life is to find out what your gifts are and not to waste them. God does not like it when you waste her gifts. And she's giving gifts to everybody who's listening, everybody who's watching. She has given gifts. It's your responsibility to find out what those gifts are and to give them freely in either a job or in your love or something. But every one of you listening, even the losers who smoke marijuana all day and play video games, you've got some gift somewhere and that God has given you. Find it and use it, and God will be happy with you.
What do you plan?
That's the secret of life.
What do you plan to do on 420? April 20th.
Well, 420 is the rally day for the formation of the Los Angeles Homeless Militia. I don't know if I'm going to, DJ and I might be the only people that show up. There might be 10. I don't know how many there are, but we're going to do a little march, and we're going to have a rally, and we're going to see how many vets are in the audience, homeless vets, honorably discharged, and start the formation of a well-regulated militia for homelessness, because homeless people are marginalized, they're powerless, they're abused, they have no protection. I mean, the LAPD does as good as they can, but it's a hard population to help.
Do you believe in the death penalty?
Yes.
That's good. This guy says, you're a hypocrite. You sit around smoking tobacco all day. What's the difference between sitting and smoking weed all day?
Because tobacco stimulates the brain and THC destroys the fucking brain, you idiot.
This guy needs to meet Alki David. DJ, get him into the hologram. Do you know who Alki David is?
Remember, the answer to all those questions is no.
Alki David, you want to know?
Yeah.
Alki David is my former boss. I used to live stream on a TV show actually 7 years ago. That's where I learned to do this. His family owns half of Coca-Cola. So he's an actual billionaire. He's also into torturing people. He's kind of a sicko. But no, he's cool, man.
He's cool when he's torturing people or when he's not torturing people?
Well, he likes watching mentally ill people do strange things for money. That's his thing. That's why he created this.
That's not torturing people. That's paying mentally ill people to do strange things.
Yeah.
He has every right to do that.
Yeah.
And the mentally ill have every right to refuse to.
What do you expect to accomplish with your rally?
I expect to form the beginnings of an unarmed, well-regulated militia for the homeless.
Well, they unarmed. Okay.
Unarmed.
That's important.
Well, I say they're unarmed. They're armed with two things. They can pee on the apartments that have been harassing them and expelling them, and maybe worse, maybe hurting them, and they can pull out the nuclear weapon and they can shit on those apartments too.
This gay guy wants to know that you would kiss him. Would you kiss me if we went to the Chernobyl Ferris wheel together? That's an odd question.
The answer is no, and I don't know about anything about the share wheels. I don't kiss boys.
What is the finest tobacco you've ever smoked?
DJ turned me on to that. It's called Camel Turkish Delight. That's
Turkish Royals.
Turkish Royals. It has almost no tar in it. It's really sweet.
Thoughts on abortion? Same questions from yesterday.
It's a woman's body. I mean, in the end, she has to choose. Anyway, you can't give a right to a protected class of people like they did in, 82? With Roe v.
never
Wade.
mind. The person who wanted to kiss you says she's a girl, not a guy.
See how DJ's ears don't work?
No, they didn't specify.
I'm trying to answer the abortion question.
Sorry.
And DJ interrupted because his ears don't work.
Well, the questions are flying
He's
in.
hard of hearing.
I'm trying to keep up.
I mean, I only want the best questions, not the stoner questions.
All right.
Anyway, I'm back to answering the question, and since I have autism, I have to focus on that. In 82, I think, when Roe v. Wade came in, women were a protected class. They have had a constitutional right for the last 35 years. You cannot take a constitutional right away from a protected class. So this talk about making abortion illegal again is a bunch of tripe. Not one Supreme Court justice is going to do it.
Choose a murder weapon, a stiletto or a katana. Can you be careful if you play with that and not use that on me?
I wouldn't ever do that.
I know, but only the end is sharp. The rest of it is not sharp, but still, sharpness is not what hurts. All right, he has a katana. He has a fucking katana. Let's show them the katana.
Do you mind if I unsheath this?
No, that's the whole point. Just don't fucking swing it at me.
With a samurai, they would behead people with a sword.
Yes, they would. Harikari. You would have to stab yourself in the stomach, and then someone would chop your head off.
Other people.
Oh, yeah.
With his ears not listening.
Is that
His
it?
ears just don't listen.
I can put that back if you want. You don't have to get up. We'll get to the next question.
I've never beheaded anybody with a sword.
Do you want to?
No, I don't. Don't ever want to behead another person in my life.
Behead another. Oh, yikes. Thoughts on the hippie movement? Were you a part of it?
I was part of it. I had hair down to my shoulders. I had a flowing linen robe, and I had sandals that laced up to my knee, and I had a Volkswagen bus with flowered curtains.
Did you have a valid Do you have a valid driver's license right now?
My driver's license is suspended, and I have the form to get it back, and it's a matter of it's a perfunctory form I have to fill out. My car's in the shop. I won't have my car for 20 more days. Show them a picture of my car. Under text. Ashley Alejo.
I'll do it in a second. Do you think you can dethrone PewDiePie during his reign and be the oldest live streamer on the new? You can be the oldest live streamer in the world and on the new platform.
I don't have any idea who PewDiePie is.
PewDiePie is. He's a 35-year-old Swedish Nazi who screams at video games, and small children send him millions of dollars.
I think that's gonna. I think I'll have him for fucking lunch.
Ooh, that's a challenge. Thoughts on radical Muslims? Not all Muslims, just radical ones.
I think they're misguided. A war god, a warrior god, Allah. We don't need a warrior god now. We need a nurturing god. We need a female god. That's why my god's a woman.
Someone just said, "Did you use a K-bar on other people?" Do you know what a K-bar is? It's a U.S. Marine standard knife.
No.
All right. Are you able to disclose why your license got suspended?
Yeah, because I didn't get notice that there was a hearing about my license, and since I didn't get notice, I didn't know the hearing was going on.
Would you kill someone if you knew you could get away with it?
No.
What's the most horrible thing you've ever done as a doctor in your medical career?
I watched a woman die. She was in her late 60s, early 70s, and I didn't know why she's dying. And she apologized to me all the way to her death. She said, "You've tried, you've done the best you can, young man, and don't be hard on yourself." But I, of course, was hard on myself because I didn't know that she had a dissecting aortic aneurysm. I missed it on the x-ray. That was the hardest thing.
Sorry about that. What was your biggest mistake that you can disclose you made as a doctor besides that one you just talked about?
That one.
All right. Do you have any other ones? Or you don't want to talk about it? I'm just getting questions.
I just can't think of them because that was the one that stuck in my mind.
Thoughts on opiates for pain management, as well as kratom?
Opiates are interesting drugs. They don't relieve pain. What they relieve is you don't mind the pain anymore. And that's a big, big, big difference.
So someone could have their leg blown off and they would just be fine with it. They'd stop fighting against you. They would go along with it.
They would not mind the pain as much. The pain would be there, but they wouldn't mind it as much, and that makes all the difference. If I had to go to a desert island with 5 drugs, opiates would be one of them.
We keep getting prostate questions. I think we should. Thoughts on Xanax? Let's skip that one. Thoughts on Xanax? Your experience of being on Xanax?
I was on Xanax for 22 years. It gave me dementia, or pseudo-dementia it's called, and it gave me a delirium. They thought I was a drug addict, so they put me in a drug treatment center. I pointed out to them I only took the Xanax my doctor prescribed, and I couldn't even take that much of it because he prescribed me 8 milligrams a day for 20 years. So it's a terrible drug. It makes anxiety worse. Don't take it. If you need to take a benzo, take Ativan or Klonopin or one of those.
Some of them are saying they don't believe that you were a doctor. Is there any way you can prove it, or at least throw some medical knowledge on them?
As soon as there's 100 viewers, I'm going to tell you my true identity.
We're up to 32. I don't know if we're going to make it to 100, but we will try.
All right, 50.
All right, we can do it. You are competing with people. Have you ever witnessed a murder not in the military, like in civilian life?
Only in the military.
Were you ever involved in a street fight? Oh, people are impressed with how much you were taking, by the way, of Xanax. Let's go back to the street fight question.
I've been in 2 fights in my life. One when I was 17. I was 6'8" and weighed about 180. And this little short bully started pushing me around. I didn't know what to do, and so I burst into tears. And all my classmates at the bus stop laughed. But he ran away. I always thought I lost that fight, but then I realized he ran away and I didn't. So I think I won that fight, and the next time I'm mugged in LA, which will probably be tomorrow, I'm going to cry when the guy tries to get my money and see if that works.
Do you have any thoughts on Bitcoin?
No.
Would you like to take some audio questions, some call-ins?
Sure.
All right, I'm going to set that up right now. Everyone come into I'm going to post my Discord and we'll go into voice chat and then you can talk to these people. Okay. The happiest point in your life. He doesn't know about Bitcoin Jeepers.
The happiest point in my life was when I was 20 and I was in love with Linda, and we took my Volkswagen van with its flower curtains all over Canada, and we just stopped every night at some. See, back in the day, you didn't need to go to some camping place. You just pull up on the street. Nobody knew you were sleeping in it. Mm-hmm. That was the happiest time of my life because I was in love with Linda and Linda was in love with me, but I failed the one thing I should have told her.
Is that a ganja pipe?
It looks like a long stem pipe to me.
Yeah, I agree. Someone is claiming they know who you are.
Well, they're probably right, because
You've probably given away enough now. But it's okay. Everything's fine. All right. He's wearing sneakers. What does he think of all the colorful shoes today versus the simple ones that you grew up with? Are they better or worse?
They're much better.
So the technology in shoes improved.
Much better. The technology in lots of things is a lot better. A lot of the people listening are responsible for a lot of it.
Do you remember when sliced bread came out?
No, that was before my time. I mean, that was, I talk about back in the day. I really should talk back in the day, back in the week, back in the month, back in the year, back in the decade, back in the century. But sliced bread came back in the century, and I wasn't alive then.
Okay. I'm going to create a chat room so people can join. 1 second. Did autism interfere with your profession or help it?
No, it interfered with it because I was fighting against it. I didn't want to have it. I hated the idea that I was abnormal. I became a psychiatrist because I was afraid I was abnormal. And I didn't realize that autism is a gift straight from God.
Interesting. All right, give me 1 second. I can't read questions because I'm setting up the voice chat.
Now you hear Eric Clapton singing in the background?
Yeah, they hear it.
He doesn't say that she's beautiful. He doesn't say that. He says, she looks wonderful. He says, I feel wonderful. And then he says, you were wonderful tonight. You could say that to almost every woman that you've been with. And that's all she wants. She wants you to feel wonderful because you're with her. And that's why I cry when I hear the song, because I regret that. I didn't say it when I could have. Don't say something that's not true. But the women I've been with, at one time or another, they all made me feel wonderful.
Have you ever made an attempt on your life?
No.
Or wanted to? Ever been suicidal?
I spent about 30 years feeling I'd be better off dead, but no, in terms of trying to kill myself or actively thinking about killing myself.
Hello, testing. All right. People might come and start talking to us too. They may say, what's the longest you've ever meditated?
I guess 2 or 3 hours.
Mm-hmm. What is the cause of autism, all the increase in autism?
Well, the dramatic increase in autism was from the 80s to about 2000, It's still going on. It's like 1 in about 50 children now. So 2% of the children born have autism, and the cause of it are the dermatologists caused it.
Hey, old man, what's your view on niggers?
Okay. Well, that's the internet for you.
Hey, old
Child. Oh, he left. You can talk back to him.
What did he say?
He said, "What's your view on N-words?" They like saying that word a lot. They like being controversial.
In my legal opinion, it's protected speech. It's covered under the First Amendment to the United States Constitution. But it's a nasty word, and I don't know any. All the N-word, all the N people I know are white.
What is your thoughts on the mental health epidemic? Should we be taking more action? I suffer from most of it. Most of us do.
Yeah, it's a big problem. It stems from you not knowing yourself and you not knowing who you are. And not, when you find out who you are, accepting who you are instead of fighting against it. That means accepting all your bad parts and loving your bad parts. It sounds easy to do, but it's really hard. It took me 70 years to find out how to do it.
What was life like with 5-cent gas? Do you miss it?
No, because the cars broke
Yo,
every
DJ,
day.
what's your grandpa's opinion on your car that drives itself?
What's your opinion on the Tesla?
Well, I have me a Tesla, but it's in the repair shop. But it does. It drives itself on the freeways, but it's not yet allowed to drive itself in town.
Hey, how you doing, DJ?
Hey,
DJ's gonna
both
show
of us can hear you.
DJ's going to show a picture of that
Okay,
car.
cool.
Can you hear them?
I'm curious.
Oh, okay. We're trying to keep this a little more mature than that, man.
Come on.
Don't abuse the voice chat.
Love Muslims.
Nobody likes Muslims. Nobody likes Muslims.
Okay, this dude's getting muted.
I like Muslims. Okay, there.
Alright, we got rid of the racist. Here, you can talk to them. They can hear you. It's live.
Okay, go ahead.
Here, let me take this
So
down
does
a
he
little
like the
bit.
Tesla?
What do I
Yeah,
do?
the
What?
Tesla's great. I used to have. I'm actually selling my 2 Teslas for a Lamborghini Explorer or a SUV.
Well, I've only had my Tesla for about 2 months, but it's amazing to sit in that car. It's the S100, the fastest car in the world, from 0 to 60 apparently, and it's like being in a rocket ship.
Yeah. So why is it that you think that you're an old man? You've been through life and you've had a lot of life experiences and everything.
I am an old man.
I'm just curious, what is the greatest thing in the light of all of your life that you have learned in all your life?
I think that I've learned, and this is just recently, that the beginning of wisdom is the fear of God.
Fact. The fear of God, but you do know that God, to fear a God, why would you fear God whenever God is what created you and what you are? How can God create something that is not God, that doesn't have God in it, and that isn't it?
I never think about things that thinking doesn't help, and that's an example of thinking about something thinking doesn't help. You can't know
Whatever
the
that guy's
answer.
smoking, I want some.
You can't know.
Alright, I got a question.
Yeah.
Okay, do you think the teens and young adults today have to deal with a lot more psychologically
Yes.
than they ever had to?
Yes, it's called the cohort effect, and nobody understands it. If you were born in the Great Depression, your chance of getting depression in your life, that's in the 30s, when people didn't have enough to eat, your chance of getting depression was 1%. Now it looks like it's almost 30%, maybe 40%. Yes, young people face a mental health challenge that we never ever faced.
Is it
Why
because
are we addressing these things?
Is that why you're here and helping DJ with what he's going through?
No, DJ's helping me.
You're helping each other. It's a win-win situation, I think.
Yeah, but
I mostly do his tech. He basically had all these computers and everything, and it just wasn't even hooked up right. So that's what I do, is I make sure everything's working.
DJ hooked me up.
I mean, you know, I can see. I won't go into those other kind of topics.
No,
Anyways,
he knows my backstory too. There's no real secrets.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah.
don't send any bombs when I tell who I am, all right?
yeah, I mean, DJ's obviously winning here. Yeah, but you know,
DJ.
I think everybody's winning because I mean, this guy's old, and you know, he's getting to interact with the internet in a way that most people his age will never do.
I know. Well, I don't know about never because it's going to catch on. And DJ is the world's expert in live streaming.
I know how to set it up well. I won't say I'm a top streamer, but I know how to get to them.
What do you think? Where do you see America in the future? Do you think we're gonna fall, or what do you think is gonna happen?
When I pray and ask my God about the
50
future,
years from now, you won't be alive in 5.
when I pray, turn that off a minute.
All right. This voice chat is taking a break.
When I pray and ask my God about the future, she always answers me the same way. She says, Johnny, that's none of your business. That's my business. Go do your business. And I go do what I can do, which is the here and now, not the future.
What do you think of the big pharmaceutical companies and what should be done about them? And which are the most evil ones? Wink, wink. Your mission, remember?
There's one really evil pharmaceutical company in the United States that kills children for money. And my whole purpose in doing this is to expose them. And once I do that, if I'm successful, then I'm going to go back to what I love to do, which is write about a certain topic called vitamin D as in dog. And you can turn it back on again.
All right.
It's much better to ask the questions. That's good.
Yeah, there's 4 people in there, so it's a little confusing. All right, we're back. We're back.
in the government and in the world that have like an understanding of what we need to do to make our country greater.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we're back. You can ask another question.
Hello?
Yeah, we're back. Can you hear us?
It's echoing.
Do you have the stream on? You got it.
It's just really weird, though.
Here, wait. Sometimes it screws up. Is that any better?
The cost of living so high. Yeah, it's good.
All right.
And there's like there's so many jobs. I mean, they're not lying. Like, there's lots of jobs, but those jobs are mostly retail, factory, low-paying jobs.
Right.
Crappy benefits. I mean, I'm a teacher. It sucks, boss.
Yeah, but you
Yeah,
have some.
sure.
Just fucking mute everybody then, DJ, and fucking unmute one
Well,
person.
I'm trying to like moderate the chat and moderate, you know, the voice, but this is kind of a little like experiment. Normally I'm doing this all myself.
This is what we need to do.
What kind of teacher are you?
Oh, they're talking to each other.
Specialist?
Yeah. All right, we'll be
What do you
back.
teach at?
All right, they're talking to each other now. Do you know what a meme is?
I do know what a meme is. I got one in mind.
Do you have any favorite internet memes? Do you know what that is?
No, I've never seen a meme.
You've never seen a meme?
No.
A meme is,
I know what it is. I've never seen one.
I'll show you one.
All right.
So basically, when I do interesting stuff or cool stuff, people make videos and pictures of me. For example, this was the one that someone made of me before we met. Look,
Did it go viral?
it's like 100 people.
No,
That's not
viral is a million.
But what do you think of it? Is it well done? Is it funny? It's me as the Joker with FBI.
Your smile's up to your ears. That's good.
Well, I'm supposed to be the Joker. It's a Glasgow smile. That's what the Irish would do. They would cut your mouth.
Hey,
with a
DJ.
smile. Yes.
It's my show. You're the producer. I'm the director and the star.
At what age did you first feel grounded or competent?
70.
Okay, you just figured it all out this year.
You guys can do it a lot earlier than that. All you have to do is know yourself and love yourself. The bad parts too.
Do you want to be cremated, buried, or shot into space on top of Elon Musk's rocket?
My son wants me not to be cremated because when the singularity arises, he wants to resurrect me with DNA.
Interesting.
I'm going to be cremated, though, because I don't want to come back.
Have you ever smoked DMT? Do you know what that is?
I don't know, and I hope not.
You want to know?
No.
All right, fair enough. Looking for more questions. We need more questions. Who's your favorite late night talk show host?
I don't watch TV, so I don't know.
Do you have any formal training using your katana?
What's a katana?
The sword.
No, I just got the mail yesterday. It's hanging on the wall. I'm not a samurai swordsman.
I can teach you. This is some basics.
I believe you. He took fencing lessons.
Well, more than that, I pretty much whatever I wanted a private lesson. In hell.
He's such a narcissist, and
What?
his ears don't work.
What kind of balance of capitalism and socialism should we have? Do you believe in universal basic income?
Well, who pays you the income? I mean, you get the income whether you do anything or not? No, I don't believe in that. That's stupid.
No. It's supposed to be universal basic income means like everyone gets like $1,000 a month or something. So at least there's a minimum standard of homelessness and food and shit.
No, we had that already. I mean, it's called the tax credit. If your income is below a certain amount, they send you money. Is it high enough? If you want to do nothing and produce nothing and be nothing, no, it's not high enough for you because you want to be paid to do nothing. I wouldn't support that. I mean, I think if you do nothing, you should maybe have some basic poverty level guidelines, but if you want to do nothing with your life, then you shouldn't be rewarded for doing nothing, should you? I mean, that's a question. Should you? Does anybody think you should be rewarded for doing nothing?
Would you ever consider having a robotic girlfriend?
No.
What if you couldn't tell it was a robot? You could program it. It was completely like you could only tell if you cut it in half. It was perfect.
Then shame on me.
Shame on you.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. I guess that's the way it works.
Do you still get residuals from the Hellraiser?
Now that I'm thinking about it, geez, I have a young woman coming over tomorrow. Maybe she's a robot.
Maybe.
Oh my God. What am I going to do now? I'm going to ask to inspect her brain. I don't know what to do. I don't want to inspect her brain. There are other parts of her I want to inspect.
All right, 2 questions. Where were you when Richard Nixon announced he was resigning, and what was the reaction around you? And 2, was he a good president?
He was a terrible president. He was a crook. Anybody who says he's not a crook is a crook. He says, I'm not a crook. He is a crook. And I was in Washington, D.C., reading the Washington Post every day, and it was one of the highlights of my life, watching that crook go down.
Have you ever Mickey Finned anyone?
No.
You know what that means, though.
Deprive them of their free will, and I would never do that.
Did people eat ass back in the day?
I don't know.
What is the most likely end to life on Earth as we know of that you think?
Yeah, a big one going on. No, I don't think so.
The end of all life, an extinction level event.
We're actually in the Great Peace. People don't know that, but if you look at all deaths from war, it's basically almost non-existent since World War II. In World War II, there were hundreds of millions of people who died, and since then it's been it's gone like that. We're in the Great Peace, probably because if you push the button now, you get wiped out yourself.
Nuclear weapons do kind of end war. What are your thoughts on Agenda 21? I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, you need to clarify that question more. We don't know what that is. Take him to Japan. You need to experience a maid cafe. Do you know what a maid cafe is?
No.
Do you want to know?
Sure.
So in Japan, you walk in, and there's these 20-year-old beautiful girls dressed as maids, and you pay them to basically hang out with you and do whatever you want. And there's cats and owls flying around, and it's very strange.
Tell me when you can let me talk for a minute.
I was clarifying the question.
So it comes down to what do women want, right? And what can men supply? I think women, they don't want very much. They want a man who will treat them like a slut in the bedroom and like a queen outside of the bedroom. They want to be some man's most precious possession. And they want you to clean up your little messes, boys. I'm talking about your bathroom messes and your drill a hole in the wall messes and your coffee messes. Clean them up, because when you leave that for her to clean up, you're calling her a servant, and she may be the mother of your children. Clean up your little messes and she'll reward you in that room down the hall. All right?
Why do 13% of the population commit 52% of the violent crimes in the U.S.?
Men commit like 99% of the murders. So.
I think that was kind of a loaded question. Is it plausible that China could take over the United States?
Sure.
All right.
I mean, it seems to me they got a lot of people. Donald will nuke them before they got close, though. Boom.
What is a good profession to choose if you're limited physically? Here, I'm watching.
An intellectual profession.
All right. Why is your face so shiny?
Well, let me show you my face here, because I did my process today and it was really brutal. Can you show them my car? It's on your phone.
In your photos?
Yeah, somewhere in my photos you'll see the red car. And then you'll see a bunch of pictures of me with blood coming down my face.
Yeah, we can't show blood on YouTube.
Oh, you can't show blood. Well, I've been trying to perfect this technique for 20 years to try to make a face appear younger. And I've been working on it. Now, if you look at, tell me when I got close up here on the face.
You're close up.
All right. Now, if you look at the wrinkles here, you see some wrinkles there, and you see usually fewer wrinkles here. It's shiny and it's red. Don't disregard the red. That's inflammation. That'll go away. And if you look at the eyes, it's swollen here, but you'll see the crow's feet here are less than the crow's feet over here. If you look at my face, you'll see there's a hole in my face right there called fat pad degeneration, but it doesn't exist on the side that I'm trying to make younger.
I don't see the Tesla picture on here.
And if you look at how tight my skin is here, it's loose over on the side I've not been treating, and it's tighter here on the side that's been treating. That's by the way, that's coconut oil that I have on it. What I have is 3 different solutions that you put on your face, and then a process is all patented. But I think I'm close to finding a procedure that would make your face appear younger. People ask me, why aren't you doing it to all your face? Well, I'm 70 years old and I wouldn't want to lie, so I gotta have to keep half my face 70. See, now I look 70, and if you ignore the redness, half my face is younger. I'll let you know some of the secrets of this as time goes on.
How much did med school cost you when you went?
About $500,000. I borrowed it all.
Did you pay it off?
Well, I worked in an underserved area and the government paid it all.
Interesting. Someone in here was money. What are your thoughts on Botox? How does your process compare to Botox?
Botox are injections that kind of cover things up and scar the tissue so that the things look younger. My process is to remove, it's called time away, and it removes the sequela of time. My process is totally different from Botox.
What college major should high school kids pursue?
Some scientific major.
Have you ever heard of the vampire facial?
No.
You want to know what it is?
No.
All right. Have you ever been in any memorable fights or altercations or historical events that you were directly at?
Well, I was on Bloody Sunday with Martin in the '64. I was in the March on Washington and the Democratic National Convention in '68. I was in a fight when I was, like I said, when I was 17 or so, and the bully pushing me around, and I burst into tears and won that fight. And then most recently, I was in a little bit of a fight where this guy said he was going to kill me, so I kicked him in the left testicle with a front snap kick.
Do you believe in blood transfusions from youth into older people? Does it have any benefit?
You mean to make them younger?
You take the blood of like an 18-year-old and you inject it into like a 70-year-old person, and it's supposed to regenerate them.
I got bad news for you. The 70-year-old person stays 70.
So, what do you think of the Rolling Stones?
I like the Rolling Stones. I grew up on the Rolling Stones.
Do you know what adrenochrome is?
No.
All right. We had another question about chemtrails.
I think those are contrails, and that's steam that comes out of the jet engine. And it's almost 8 o'clock, and we're going to be going off. And today's Wednesday. We go from 7 to 8, and I will be here tomorrow at 7.
We did start a little late.
Oh, we start a little late.
We have not gone an hour.
I'll go a little later.
Here, let's see. We are how far in the video?
Let's
40.
dance some more. Let's put on number 5.
Did Lincoln make any big mistakes? They want to ask about Lincoln now. We should talk about Lincoln a little bit. You are 6'8".
I'm incompetent to judge Abraham.
All right.
Abraham was autistic, and his repetitive behavior was justice for all, and he's an absolutely great man. Let me show you.
Wait, I gotta get the camera.
No.
Oh, you'll bring it?
I'll bring it. Yeah.
All right, we're coming. Coming right back. You traveled to Asia. Well, let's talk about Lincoln for a little bit.
I've traveled to Japan. Here's
Did you
Lincoln.
like it?
Not really. Here's Abraham. See him?
Yeah, they see him.
He didn't like Jefferson Davis, the president of the Confederacy. Use your ears, DJ. Listen now. Don't interrupt me with some nonsensical question. He didn't like Jefferson Davis, so he said something bad about him. You know what he said? He said, that man's reptilian. His character is forged in the base metal of hypocrisy. Now, can you diss somebody better than that? And if you can't, memorize Lincoln. You understand? There he is.
Thoughts on Elon Musk?
I love Elon Musk. He faster, that autist. That's what he does underground with his tunnels, in his car faster, and his rocket ships faster. He's a great man.
Why is our country so divided? Is it worse than it was, or it's the same?
It's really been divided since Ronald Reagan came into office. People hated Ronald Reagan, and they've been hating Republicans ever since. And maybe the Republicans hate the Democrats. I don't know, but we've had this succession of president. We got this guy Trump, who's really not the president, because you can't be the president unless you can speak English. And he's just a Bronx businessman taking care of business, but he's not the president. Before that, we had the poverty pimp president, which was Barack Obama. He grew up on poverty programs. Before that, we had Bush the stupid. And before that, we had Clinton, which was a pretty good president. His wife was the best politician in a long time. And before that, we had a very good president, the older Bush, who Bush is smart enough not to go in Iraq when he had a chance. He could have run over Iraq in 3 days, and he chose not to do that. And there's a reason for that, because you get mired down in a war you cannot win. And then before that, there was Ronald Reagan, who I thought was a good president. Before that was Jimmy Carter, who used to direct the tennis courts in the White House. And before that, we had the crook Richard Nixon, et cetera. And then before that, we had a real pimp named Lyndon Johnson. And before that, we had the great president, Johnny Kennedy. And Kennedy was a great president. I remember a news conference with Kennedy, and there was a reporter for a Texas reporter for the AP, a White House reporter named Helen Thompson. And Helen Thomas, and she was always fair. She was liberal, but she was loaded for bear. She knew her stuff, and she asked the new president, Mr. President, what are you doing for women in your administration? And Kennedy looked at her and said, Miss Thomas, I have no idea, but whatever it is, it's not enough. And they were friends for life. That's the president I want again, somebody who can speak like that. Trump does a lot of stuff, but he can't speak. He says things like very, 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 very stupendous. Well, Donald, that's what stupendous means. You cut out all the varies. You got to speak English if you want to be president.
Have you tried virtual reality yet?
No, I got DJ this. What did I get
Right
you,
there.
DJ?
You got a PlayStation 4 Pro and VR and the headphones, the whole kit. Oh, that's the top to the. I dropped it. That's the top to the vape.
He's always dropping things.
Yeah, that happens. Do you want to try it tonight or no?
The vape?
No,
Yeah.
the PlayStation VR. Yeah,
not
vape
really.
it. Yeah, vape it up, vape it up, Grandpa.
Somebody called me old a minute ago. That's not fair. I'm very old, not old.
What do you know about biker gangs, cults, or Satanism?
Nothing.
Uh,
Well, I know about Satanism. It's just a bunch of kids trying to get the police riled up, and they can do that if you know what you're doing, but it's sort of stupid because you're not sacrificing any babies and shit like that.
Did the CIA kill JFK?
Not to my knowledge.
Oh, now they're demanding that you put the virtual reality helmet on and try it.
All right.
Want to do it right now?
Sure.
All right, give me a minute to set up. Keep talking to them.
All right.
This is their first time ever doing it on on or off camera, ever. This will be interesting. Keep talking to them. Talk about anything. I need a second to do this.
All right. Well, it's important that you pray, but it's important that you pray to your God. Nobody else's God. It's got to be your God. And he or she is waiting for you.
All right.
That your God's been waiting for you for a long time. And he or she will be there when you need them, but you got to pray to them. Just talk to them. And like my God is a female voice, and it's the voice of my mother, and she calls me Johnny. Now, I assume that's God. It might just be my mind, but it centers me, and it makes me do what I need to do, which is in the here and now, and not in the future. And that's what you need to do. And you need to know yourself, like Aristotle said. Know thyself. The bad parts and the good parts. If you're controlling, if you're vain, or if you're greedy, you have to love that part of you. Well, what happens when you love that you're greedy? Well, all of a sudden, greedy doesn't run you. You run greedy. And you can be greedy when you need to or want to, but you don't have to be greedy. If you don't accept your bad parts, you have to be greedy. All right. So that makes all the difference.
Saying that now.
That's straight from the Mahatma Gandhi. At the end of his life, they asked him, Mahatma, have you ever tried to change anything? He said, 3 things. I tried to change India, and it's now democracy. And I tried to change the British Empire, and it's no longer colonial. But mostly, he said, I tried to change me. I tried to get rid of my bad parts, my greed and my controlling and my lust and all that. And he said, and in that I failed, and I quote him, I failed utterly. I'm the same person now that I was 50 years ago, Muhammad said. He said, you have no choice. You can't get rid of your bad parts. No more than you can get rid of your arm or your head. They're part of you. The only choice you have is to love them and run them, or let them continue to run you. And that piece of wisdom from Mahatma over the ages has changed my life. Because anybody who knows me from the first 70 years of my life will describe me the same way. I'm an asshole. I've always been an asshole. And but now I choose to be an asshole. And when I choose to be an asshole, I'm a really fucking good asshole. But I don't have to be an asshole. I can be nice and kind. I try to be kind. But I can be kind in my autistic way. I don't like people, so I'm not close to them. But I try to leave kindness, and I try to leave laughter, because there's an IQ test you can take. All you people who think you're smart, this is your IQ test. You have 2 choices in life. You can laugh, and then you'll die eventually, or you can not laugh, and then you'll die eventually.
That's
So A or B.
All right, we are about 2 minutes away from VR.
Let's see.
You just have to sit there. I'm
I
going to give
do
you.
like flowers. Let me show you. Oh, I'm going to take that camera and show you. See my flowers, the roses. They're blooming. I got some stuff in there. Let me show you. Tell me if this camera's working. I'm just
It's
going.
working. It's on the back camera. Just look through it.
Oh, all right. Now I worked on my. This is the food from my pantry. I'm having the shelves done, but what I want to show you is I want to show you King Cat. Yeah, he's there. He's ready to judge you, and above him is Jesus on the cross and the archangel of destruction and mercy, Mary, and there's a raptor coming out of the orchids looking at the angel, and there's some slaves down there. They're waiting to be sentenced, and the women are separate from the men, of course, because the women's only hope is that they can meet the master of the house, and that's my daughter's painting. My daughter Ruslana, she was 12 when she drew King Cat. Isn't that pretty amazing? Look at his eyes. You want to be judged by King Cat? No, you don't. You don't. And these slaves, they're going to be judged. Now, for all you porno guys, I'll show you. They've seen those pictures of those slaves. Each one of them is $30 at Amazon. You can get all those pictures, and they're waiting to be judged. And down here are the men that are waiting to be judged. That guy's doing something lewd, I think. And here's some bigger men, and there's the orchids. And then down there in the flowers are some older gods. They're African gods. And, oh, look at those flowers. Anyway, that's my one wall. I love that wall so much. And there's my sword wall that I just got. And then here's the wall you've been watching. There's DJ, and there she is. There she is. And over here is here's David from Firenze, from Florence. He's inside now. But
Hey, you're holding the camera the wrong way.
Oh.
It's horizontal.
Oh, there's David. He's not really too well hung, but he's such a beautiful man.
Why is he circumcised if he's Jewish? It makes no sense.
He's not Jewish, he's Florentinian. And here's my entrance. I'm going to make this the Hall of Mirrors here, I hope. And one day I'll show you my bedroom, but not today, because I'm going to charge you admission. It's $5,000 to see my bedroom. Yeah, I'm going to give you a picture. There's a bedroom, but I'm not going to show you in there. There's some raptors waiting for you. See up here? See there? Mm-hmm.
Hey.
See that? There's a red-tailed hawk waiting to eat you. Waiting to eat you. And there's a couple owls waiting to eat you. And there's
don't point the camera down at the papers.
There's an owl over there waiting to eat you, and there's another. There's an owl waiting to eat you.
You can see what they're saying there.
Well, I can't see what they're saying, but she says burn it. And there's all my Arlo cameras. If you break in here and try to steal it, they'll get your picture. And they got automatic weapons on them. And here's my African room, and where I'm at. And there's some African statues. They're about a foot and a half tall. And then there over here some African masks. I have a poster bed coming, so I'm gonna have a poster bed, and there he is. Look at him. Look at him with his eye closed. I won't want to face him at night. Would you want to face him at night? He'll kill you and eat you. He'll put salt and pepper on you before he consumes you. Anyway,
come on, let's do this. All right. Sit at your spot on the thing. I will set you up. I may or may not do the controller for you. We will see.
You got 5 minutes on this thing.
You may love it. All right.
I hate it too.
No, you won't. This is what Elon Musk does all day.
No, Elon makes things go faster and faster.
Elon, you don't know Elon. You ever met him in person. What do you know?
Never.
All right.
I do know one thing about Elon. You want to hear that? He makes a shitty flamethrower. I know that. Propane bullshit like a big fart.
All right. I'm going to put this on your head. Move your foot.
Sorry.
All right. Can you see?
Yeah.
Is it clear? You may have to move it around a little bit and push it up to your eyes. It should be clear.
Options to center view.
Yeah. You're good.
I see all kinds of shit that's not here.
Just look. Just wait a second.
Damn.
All right. I noticed. All right.
Are they seeing what
Yes, they can see it. Can you hear?
I hear a bunch of noise in the
Yes.
background.
All right. All right. Here. So, see the controller? Alright. Look around, look down, it's like you're in a tank. Like, look down, there's displays next to you. Isn't that cool? Alright, now press X. It's this button.
How do I launch?
There. Hold X. Here we go. Press X again. Oh, he gets it.
I don't see no bullets coming out.
No.
Baby.
Patience, it's teaching you how to do it. Just listen to the listen.
Is my finger on the right button?
Yes. Yes. Oh, he loves it. He's never done this before. He can't. All right. The right stick. R2 is this. Anyway. You gotta use this and this. Aim up. Aim up. Higher. Push the stick up until it fire higher. There. R2. Fire. Fire. There, now he gets it. Yeah, this is fire. All right. Oh, here we go.
Oh man, this is cool, DJ.
I told you. All right. You know what? Like, here. Here. Look down. Look down. Like, look straight ahead. Left stick moves, right stick aims. This is fucking hilarious. Yeah, this is fire. Fire. You gotta aim with your thumb. The left stick is how to move, the right stick is to aim, and your right index finger is to fire. Those are the only three buttons. No. Your thumb has to be on... Your thumb has to be on the stick. Always keep your thumbs on the sticks, not the buttons. The sticks. Like the nipples. It should feel like nipples. Keep your thumbs on the nipples, both of them. Jesus fucking Christ.
Alright, I give up.
Alright.
I'm dead. That's fun. That's a lot of fun. No wonder you stoners do that all day long.
Here, look.
I can't do that anymore until next week.
Here, look. Let me show you how to do it well. Hold up. They want us to watch you watch porn now. Here, look.
That's private.
Here, like, look. Wait. I have to sit where you were sitting.
Oh,
sorry.
fine.
Don't trip over the wire.
I wouldn't do
Hey, look. You did pretty well. Here, look, though. Can you see the TV screen?
Yeah,
All right, so I'm good at this game. Watch.
I believe you.
Boom. We're gonna kill those fucking Nazis. Isn't that cool how 3D it is? And you can, like, move your head around.
Incredible.
I told you, I can put you on top of Mount Everest. I can put you with any woman you want to be. There's hundreds of these games. It's
No wonder you waste your life with this shit.
It's not a waste. This is a career. People make millions of dollars playing these games. It's a sport.
Do they repair the world by doing that?
I don't fucking know.
If they don't repair the world, then they're wasting their time.
Well, I repair the virtual world from evil red Nazi tanks.
I hope.
Look, see? Nazi tank. Boom!
Kill them Nazis.
Oh, we're killing the fucking
It's
Nazis.
fun.
This is just one of many games,
There's
man.
a lot lot more fun than Vietnam, I can tell you.
Yeah, and guess what? If you lose and you fuck up and you die, you just respawn.
That's no fun. I mean, to be fair, when you die, you have to die. That's what makes war fun.
Here, look, and I mean, there's
This is
many.
like a